Hi, and welcome to the Great CEOs podcast, where great CEOs share their insights in a snappy 10-minute conversation. I'm your host, Pam Singleton with the Inc. CEO Project, and we are here with Greg Kihlstrom of CareerGig.com. Welcome, Greg.
Hi, thanks for having me.
You bet. Tell us about yourself and CareerGig.com.
Yeah, sure. So I come from a background in marketing and digital experience, and have most recently started working in the area of workforce and workforce development. And that really brought me to partner with some other folks and start CareerGig.com. So we saw the trends in the marketplace of more and more freelancers being hired, but also saw a lot of the challenges that come with hiring them, such as just finding the right talent, finding highly skilled talent, and actually verifying that they have the skills and the backgrounds that you need, as well as making sure that those freelancers have the benefits, health, retirement, all of those kinds of things that they really need. Because that's one of the things that when you go from being a full-time employee to an independent, those are some of the things that previously you had to either give up or find some substitutions for.
Absolutely. So what would you say your company's competitive advantages over all the other gig economy companies out there?
Yeah, absolutely. On the freelancer side, it is that we offer guaranteed issue health, life, disability insurance, as well as access to other insurance products. So as long as you work a set amount of hours or more through our platform, about 20 hours a week on average or more through our platform, you can qualify for those guaranteed issue insurance, which again, that completely sets us apart from our competition. And then for companies that hire freelancers, we are building the best reputation and matching platform that there is. And so, we've just launched in July. We're actively growing our freelancer network out there, but we're taking a lot of steps to make sure that we have the best ways to verify backgrounds, to verify skills and capabilities, and so that people can really, trust who they're hiring.
Vetting is important, not just from the business side to vet the freelancer, but it's also important for the freelancer to be able to vet the company as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think even for freelancers to be able to be on a more, there's on other platforms where there's just a simple 5-star rating system that from what we can see can easily be gamed, and really it's more of a popularity contest than it is a true value and measurement of skill and quality. To actually have something that says, okay, this person is an expert in these in this skill, and we can verify it because we gave them a test to prove it, or we have these verified background credentials that in some cases there are accreditations or certifications that someone can get. We can verify those things. And so, we're really building reputation as the backbone, as opposed to, a social network site or things like that, where it's really just people needing to trust what you say about yourself. And, in some cases that's good, but, not everyone puts the whole truth out there, we'll just say.
That's exactly right. Now, I know you've just started in July. What would recurring revenue look like to you? What will it look like to you when you get it?
Yeah, so we're looking at by the end of our first year, probably a couple million in revenue, and then to steadily grow. I mean, our goal over the next 7 years is to grow to about 80 million. I mean, we see so much potential, and that's a drop in the bucket of the total addressable worldwide market in the freelance economy is like $1.5 trillion. We're looking to carve out definitely a niche for ourselves, but we see just huge opportunity, and we don't see a lot of others focusing on some of these key areas that we are.
Well, you're in the right place at the right time for sure. Every business has constraints. What would you say is holding you back from growing faster, more profitably?
Yeah, I mean, we do have it's not wholly unique, but we do have the challenge of we're B2B and B2C. So, kind of growing both ends of a network at the same time, our marketplace really at the same time. It's certainly in my marketing background, I've dealt with this before, but this is I was sharing with you earlier. This is my first time being a client instead of a consultant. So, there's certainly some challenges to overcome there. And I would say depending on how you slice it, we are in a competitive field, and there's a few there's a few other players out there that are at least covering some of what we're doing. We feel like we have a hold on the complete package, but there's some established players out there.
Delivering quality people to quality employers, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And reputation will be determined by you doing exactly that. You just started in July, so how many hours are you working every week, and where are you focusing?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. And so, I mean, I think so really in earnest, I think we started in April, really focusing, I focused my sole focus on this. I was doing a few other consulting gigs before this. I would say I working probably 60 hours a week or so, sometimes a little bit more, particularly in the beginning, but we're slowly building a team. We've got our first full-time employee coming on next month, second in January, and and already we've got a team. I have several co-founders that are playing different roles. So it's a startup, so it's what you would imagine. It's burning some midnight oil sometimes, but we're excited about what we're doing, and really, I mean, we're doing some good work in the sense of, particularly on the freelancer side, like being able to provide the benefits that we do, and just the people that are, maybe some of them have been freelancers by choice, and this is the career they carved out for themselves. Others are new to the game because of, they've been furloughed, laid off, and they're just sort of discovering that they don't really want to go back into the job market that kind of, that treated them the way they did earlier this year. And so, I feel like we're doing some really good things with helping people to have more flexibility and agency in their lives.
I predict that you attract a lot of employers and people that you place just because of that very mission. So people appreciate that. So I was about to ask you what major responsibility you have delegated, but let me ask it differently. What major responsibility will you delegate when that first employee comes on?
Yeah, I think the marketing aspect of the company is something, I owned a marketing agency for a number of years and sold it about 3 years ago. So that's still of me and my co-founders. We've all kind of carved out niches for ourselves to oversee. And so, I'm a de facto CMO right now, in addition to some other roles as CEO. So that's something that I'm going to be delegating more and more over time. And I already have a small team. I've got 4 people, including 2 interns, doing the work, but that full-time person is going to continue to take more of that over.
Well, kudos to you, because it's very difficult for people who have a functional expertise to delegate that to someone else. So
yeah.
Hands off.
Thank you. I'm still a little hands-on, but I'm trying.
So you've been CEO before. What defines your approach?
Yeah, I mean, I think I will say the first time I did it, I found every wrong way to be a CEO, and I'm proud of some of the work that I did. Carousel 30 was the name of the marketing agency. I'm proud of a lot of the work that we did. I learned more by making mistakes than I did by doing the right thing. But I think what I see myself now, and this came from others much more experienced and smarter than me, is my role is really to make sure that everyone has what they need to do their best job. And so to your point earlier, if I am too hands-on and in the weeds, I'm not really allowing people to learn for themselves and have great ideas and all that. It's really, I'm the facilitator that, makes sure that everyone is talking with each other and doing the right things. And sure enough, there's things that I'm going to have to be hands-on, or even want to be hands-on, for the foreseeable future. But really, if I'm not enabling everyone to do what they need to do, then I feel like that's what I need to do right now as CEO.
We usually find that CEO's time is best deployed focusing on the business model, focusing on bringing the right talent on and putting repeatable processes in place. So I'm glad to hear that you've handed off and actually doing the marketing. And then the other part is focusing your time on what's holding you back from growing.
Yep.
So eliminating those constraints over time. What do you do for fun? You just founded a business, but what do you do for fun?
Right. Apparently I start businesses for fun, but no, it's been a bit challenging with with lockdowns and everything like that. I mean, I like to get outside, and I'm not a super active person like that, but I just like to go for walks and be outside a bit. I draw, I paint. You can see part of one of my paintings behind me. So, just do stuff like that to very impractical artistic things that are. It's a nice counterbalance to the business side, and it's nice to just kind of turn part of my brain off once in a while. But
well, you're creative. That's demonstrated by your painting and by the formation of multiple businesses. So many thanks for being here, Greg, and learn more about careergig.com at careergig.com. If you're interested in what other great CEOs are thinking, go to greatceospodcast.com and join us again. Thank you for being here.
all right, thanks so much.